It's right in the back of my throat, and I keep drinking coffee, and it's not doing anything.
Well, hello, everybody. We are on Laura's channel.
Come on down.
Come on down.
Loved that show. The Price is Right. Come on down. Actually, I just seen that not too long ago. Man, Drew Carey's gotten pretty old looking.
You know, I haven't watched any of the. Well, I watched a couple with him.
Yeah, he's aged pretty bad.
Has he? Has he, Laura?
Yeah.
I
I think he looked healthier when he was chubby.
I used to like his show.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
Well, and it is true. Him and Mimi did look alike.
Yeah, they could have been brother and sister. Of course, also it had Ryan Stiles was on too, so that made it funny.
That guy's hilarious.
Ryan Stiles, and also sometimes would be the other dude too.
Oh, Colin?
Yes.
Oh. Yes, Colin is a genius.
Super funny.
You know, and he almost didn't get that job for the Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Really?
Because at first they didn't think, well, he's not that funny, until they realized, yeah, he is a comedic genius.
Yeah, he is. I think he's funnier than even Ryan.
Yeah, but they work really well together.
Yeah, but when they get together, they bring each other, they play off each other so often.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And talk about piss your pants. It's freaking funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, it's that Carburetors and Coffee guy. He's in the chat.
Oh, man. Forget him, dude.
Show's over.
Thanks, Pinky. It helps with my watched hours, that's for sure.
Yeah, Bill needs the hours. I don't know. I was just talking about that again with somebody else the other day. It's like, you know what? They just make this too hard.
Well, you got to be at like 27 million.
Yeah, I got a lot of watch hours, which is awesome because I've been live from day one. So that's why I got to where I was so quickly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, I'd probably be still waiting on watch hours too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's because, you know, well, the laziness of editing videos.
Right.
Like that lame shit that I sent you last night. I know I'm trying, but it was okay, but it's not what I'm looking for. I'll play around with it some more.
It's practice. You got to practice it.
Yeah.
I haven't done it. Like, I have stuff like in the can, so to speak, like to be edited. I just haven't. I've been like working on my guitars. Like I've been luthiering guitars, and well, you know, I've been sick too. I really have not been feeling well. So.
Well, it's hard when because you have to put other things aside to get to editing. Takes a long time. I've seen what you guys go through.
Oh, yeah, you really have to be in the mood to do it, and I have not been in the mood to do it.
And that's why I always tell everybody, forget it. Don't look for edited stuff from me because it just goes live. You get it as I filmed it, and that's it.
I was going to do a live show last night, and I just did not feel it. I was like, I really need to do like another live, and I was going to do of me setting up one of my guitars and talking to everybody.
Right.
And normally, like a month, like last month, I would have been all over that, like, you know, up and cheery and doing it and stuff. But I just do not feel like it. I am just not
sick.
Yeah.
Nobody asked your opinion.
Laura, you don't have to bark at me. Jeez.
That big mouth dog.
Sage, I agree. My carburetor needs more coffee.
My carburetor needs to be overhauled.
Needs a rebuild.
Yeah, like when I sent you, because last time we were on, we were talking about that first car that we got. And when I told George, I said, I couldn't remember the name of that damn thing. He goes, are you kidding me? I said, no, it would not come to me. So then when he spewed it out, I'm like, oh, that's it. I got to put it on there and send it to Bill right away because I was going to forget.
Yeah, and what did you?
It was a Buick Skylark.
Buick Skylark.
Awesome car.
Like on oh geez, what was the movie? My Cousin Vinny. And it can never be confused with a Pontiac Tempest. This was made by a Buick Skylark.
It was a Buick Skylark, and it was great. It was like I said, it had the shape of like of a Nova, but it wasn't. But it was one of the most comfortable cars we've ever owned.
Yeah.
And that's what. And actually, I said more. I said that we paid. Hey, Friday, how are you? Good morning.
Friday.
I've got Friday coming up as a guest soon, guys.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Friday and Kenny Biddle, and hopefully Steve from Nocturnal Frequency Radio. We are going to be talking about frequencies and a couple other things that I wanted to go over with these brilliant men.
Friday, it's going okay. Good to see you, buddy.
But yeah, I said that we paid $500. We didn't. I forgot. It was only $125 we paid for the car.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And like I said, it was sitting in a field. We just spotted driving by, saw the sign. We stopped and the guy said, yeah, here. We drove it away.
Nice.
So yeah, that was an awesome, deal. It was a great car. Too bad the frame, back then I didn't have anybody to weld framework for me. So
right.
Actually, yeah, they're the Friday and Kenny are the first guests for my November calendar on the 5th. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, Friday had some good questions the other day there.
Well, but I was going. The show is actually. Hey, Dark Horse, welcome.
Yeah,
welcome.
Good to see you, man.
The show is pretty much going to be based on somebody's question that was in one of Steve's lives, and I said, "My God, that's a great question." So I was curious about it. I was doing some research myself on it, so I can't wait to see what Friday and Kenny, what their input would be.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be the first time you and Kenny have talked directly. Oh, awesome. Yeah. When I usually have frequency questions or any kind of electrical questions, I always hit up Friday, and then again, and then other questions like that scientific realm where I know somebody does a lot of research would be Kenny, and I want the opposing opinion. So yeah, Kenny. So it's and it's got to do with well, I'll tell you what the question was. The question was, do you believe that our so-called spirits or ghosts, whatever you want to call them, leave behind an electrical DNA, some kind of like residual DNA after they have been through and visited? And I found that to be interesting.
And yeah, no, I'm sorry, Laura. You asked that or somebody?
No, somebody else had asked that in a show, and I'm like, oh shit, that's a great question.
And let me ask you what would be the follow-up to that? My follow-up to that is like where you could actually I'm not trying to be funny here. Cotton swab that or like digitally swab that?
No, I'm going at digital because I'm not talking about ectoplasm.
Yeah, no, I'm like not
right.
Yeah, like
yeah, I'm not talking about slime or anything. I'm talking about an electrical echo or whatever or trace that's left behind. And is there a way that we could pick that up? And maybe we are picking it up, but we just don't realize that's what we're doing.
But I think how would you
see
but if we don't right now, if there's so many variables as it is right now, when there's a presence, quote unquote, in the room with technology, once it leaves, how do we know that this sort of DNA energy once it's gone is even um registered. So like
Well,
all these
that's the
very
question. Is it possible that it is there and that's what we're picking up and we don't know it?
so so like there's
Or
like
it
another question entering the chat of the paranormal that we'll never get an answer to.
pretty much. So that's why I figured I'd bring the, and bring these
Yeah.
guys on and see what their point of view is about it. Is it possible? Um, is it possible that whatever they are picking up and they're debunking is something else? Maybe it is a residue trail that we are collecting.
Yeah, like I don't I would just in my opinion because I'm not very smart.
Right. Well, Friday says, assuming they can, but a DNA is a chemical code
Right.
for materials to construct and operate the body of some kind, but a spiritual finger or footprint is another matter. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. What
Sorry, Laura.
yeah, and the question is, do they leave substance or just an imprint?
Mm.
Yeah, that's what it is. So that's what I want to, discuss, and
I
maybe we are picking up an imprint and we're blowing it off as something else.
so I would just say that so static electricity would be the DNA, but it wouldn't it wouldn't be the code. So like I would say absolutely no. That but I think that they're both gonna say absolutely not. And I know
I don't know. That's going to be the discussion
no.
on the 5th of November, guys. And
I think it's kind of an odd sort of question because it's
well, like I'm saying, because there's
DNA
things
is
that set off instruments and stuff. And I'm like, well, it's this that did it or that did it. How do you know you're not picking up some kind of a residue
but
from a paranormal experience?
okay, but the term so like what does
And I'm just referring
DN
it to as like an electrical DNA.
stand for?
I always wondered if it was something that interact with our brains. Yeah. Yeah, and if we help them out in some way. Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing we're going to dig into and see if it could be possible. I mean,
So like the term DNA is deoxyribonucleic some blah 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 acid. And if it's an acid, which would be like biological, then the answer would be no. It doesn't leave behind DNA.
right. Well, I'm just referring it to it as a DNA, not as a biological form of DNA, but like I said, an electrical residue of some sort.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just gonna say, for me, no. But what I'd love to, I can't wait to hear what they're gonna say.
Right.
Um, a electrical field, perhaps, but quote unquote DNA, no, because that would require an acid. And
Well,
if it's
you don't
like
even
a
have to
different
refer
term
to
they
it
need to come
as
up.
hey, Canadian, how's it going? You don't have to refer to it as DNA, but I'm just using that as, as a label.
Oh, well, that's what I mean. That's what the person said. So that's,
Right.
I guess
Well,
we have
they were
to,
saying like an electrical DNA.
well,
Um,
if that's what they said, then that's what we have to go by, right?
yeah, some form of
So,
residue that can be identified and measured. It's a really interesting idea. Yeah, that's what I thought too. And I'm thinking maybe we are picking up something and we're calling it something out. I see again another, rabbit hole that we're going down.
but wouldn't that be the entity itself?
No,
I
because then they're saying like, like
so,
with residual hauntings. I mean, it's something
yeah,
it's like it's a recorded type thing that just plays over and over again.
right.
Okay, so that's it's leaving that electrical DNA of some sort, or energy DNA.
Yeah,
Maybe there's some sort of
I'm
frequencies.
just giving my opinion, and I think the term DNA is not a good one.
Well, because you're associating it with
Well,
biological
Not me. They are.
well, no, I'm just saying that's that. But they're what I'm saying is we're just using it as a label
Yeah, well, they shouldn't.
because you can't say ectoplasm because it's something different.
Because DNA is muscular. It's a yeah. It's like flesh. So yeah.
Maybe there's some sort of frequencies that's low that we can't detect, but some of the scientific machines can. Give an example on how they look for things on Skin's Rocker Ranch. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some
Sort of.
form of residual identified measure, and the waves are pushed and pulled any medium, but it's solid, liquid, or gas, as well as magnetic medium. It's only exists because of see. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. We got it. That's why I want to have this discussion because it's
Yeah, I think maybe they should think on the terms of like AM or FM or like ham radio waves and stuff like I don't know. Like
that's why Friday's on.
yeah. Like it I can't wait to hear it. Yep.
Yeah, I'm thinking about people who can send two different planes through meditation. Maybe they are more apt to feel these frequencies. Could be stuff. That's what I'm saying. It's are they leaving something behind, and then we're picking it up, or is it their way of communication? It's such a like I said, there's so many questions, so many ways you could take it or not, and that really is there a way that you can figure out how to detect any of this stuff? So that's what we're going to be talking about.
Frequency is the property
Same thing like what Friday's talking about, like sounds and stuff. So are we picking? They're sending frequency at a lower grade that we can't pick up. So maybe they're using the equipment again because like everybody's not big on the equipment, but maybe it is being picked up and we're just dismissing it as something else.
Well, there you go. So I think the terms are now we're speaking better terms in my opinion, frequencies and waves. That's just my opinion.
Right.
Whoever said DNA is like
Well, I'm sure they're probably not a person that is in the electronics
yeah, that's what
field.
I just
So
I'm
they
just listen, I'm a very
yeah,
literal person. Whoever
right.
said DNA, I'll research what the word means, and if you say acid, well, no, they're not because that would be like you could swab it off the wall and go into a lab and go, oh, it was Joe Smith who was here. So yeah, I now like with the Friday saying frequency is a property of a wave. Now I'm like, okay, yeah, here we go. That's what I'm like. My brain goes to.
Right. Right. But like I said, the way they put it is, yeah, they use that as a reference. Is it something? It's just a trace that was left behind, and usually, yeah, DNA is left behind. No matter what you touch, you're leaving a DNA trace. So, is it possible that they could something similar could be happening with an electrical trace? A footprint.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes happens the waves transferred energy and possible information if it becomes modulated in some way. Hey, Matt, how's it going? How's it going, Matt?
Hey, Matt, how are you?
Good live the other night. Oh, sorry,
Phone's
guys.
ringing.
Yeah, it's my husband's phone. I got the door open. Him and that noisy phone. It goes up all the time.
Is he home right now?
Yeah, because it's raining, so he's working next door. Our neighbor asked him to paint his house.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay, gotcha. So, okay.
It's convenient job.
Oh, that's good. So he's not working right now because it's raining.
Yeah, he's just came back he's taking a break.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah, he's been over there painting what he could possibly, in the dryer section, the porches, because they don't get wet. And then there's some interior stuff that he's got to take care of.
So that's a big job, huh?
So yeah, the house that they're building, it's pretty much on a hold because of the rain, and he's waiting for the mud guys to get done with their crap so he can go in there and paint the entire house.
Well, that's pretty good. So he doesn't have to start the truck up and go anywhere.
No. Well, we found out actually what's going on with that, so that's going to have to be replaced. So.
What do you mean? Oh, I didn't know something was wrong with it.
Oh, yeah, it started last night. The fan wouldn't shut off. The truck was off and the fan kept going. And he's like, what the hell? I mean, it was loud too. I could hear it in the house. Of course, I got, bloodhound ears. So, we Googled it. We contacted my, Joseph, my son, and to find out what the hell was that. And Apparently, the thermostat is either on its way out or it's the sensor. So we're going to replace both.
Hmm.
And it just started doing it. I mean, he just took my father to the lumber yard last night, and it didn't even have time for the engine to get hot to have the fan going. And also the gauge in the truck, temperature gauge wasn't right working.
Oh, because the truck thinks the
But he
the
said it
truck
was
thinks
working
it's
this morning.
overheating.
So yeah, so it's we looked it up, and yeah, Joseph said the same thing. It's either the thermostat's crapping out or it's the sensor. So we're just going to replace both of them because
It,
you don't know which one it is.
no, it's the sensor because so the gauge on the truck was it down all the way?
Yeah.
And when he got to the store, it was still down.
Yes.
Okay, but this morning it was fine.
Yes. It was
Okay,
registering temperature. Yeah.
okay, don't worry about it because it was just obviously the sensor on the truck was just on the dash was stuck, and it wasn't sending signal. I wouldn't replace anything right now.
Oh, all right. I'll say
Don't
something to
spend any
James.
money on it.
Yeah, because the thermostat's $70. The sensor's only $20.
Well, it's the job of doing the thermostat. Everything's they have to come apart.
So yeah, I didn't know how hard it was going to be to get to that. We were going to have Joseph do it.
No, it's a job. The intake's got to come off and everything.
So we'll have to see because we were worried about it just continuously running, and we're thinking, oh crap. But it lasted when they come back from the lumberyard. George shut the truck off, come in the house, and of course we had to drag the plywood into the house, and it ran for about I'd say 3 to 5 minutes, and then shut itself off.
Yeah, they'll do that. That's
But
normal.
this is the first time that we've actually heard it.
Yeah, it's normal.
It was loud, and we're thinking, "Oh God, is this thing going to be running all night?" And no, it shut off.
No, yeah, they do that.
Let's see. Canadian says, "You have me lost on the ghost stuff, but for the truck, it's the sensor issue. If the thermostat was out, the dash gauge would show high or low." Ah, okay. Yeah, no, he said that it wasn't registering any kind of temperature whatsoever,
Yeah,
and then it was back to I don't think 100% this morning
yeah,
to
it
where
could
it
be.
should be, but he said it was working.
Well, with the cold weather and the moisture we've been having, you could have a corrosion on the. There's two sensor wires that go to the thermostat housing.
Right.
If he gives those a jiggle, or takes it off, sprays some WD-40 and puts some dielectric grease in there and plugs it back in, that could solve your problem. Okay, the truck's not overheating, so
Yeah, no, not at all.
yeah.
It's just yeah, the fan was because I told myself, "Did you check the coolant? Did you know check, maybe we got a leak somewhere or something?" And no, that's all fine.
No, the truck's
It
not overheating.
just decided to let the fan just kept running while the truck was off.
Yep.
And then it stopped after about 5 minutes. So Laura drawing incoming. Okay, thank you, Pam. I will put it in. Yeah, I'm going to be wrapping all that magazine stuff up quick. So, and don't be lost on the ghost stuff, Canadian, because everybody's had some kind of spooky experience. So, and it's an education. Just like when we watch Bill, it's an education on how to work on the vehicles.
Comedy and vehicles for the most part.
So yeah, what is I think I missed something that Matt said. Did I miss something that Matt said? I don't know. Awesome new adventure for you, Matt. Yeah. Hi. Anyone I missed while I was drawing? She was drawing, guys. So yeah, send their stuff in. Even though, let's see, I always give everybody to the 25th. So you got until tomorrow midnight to send in anything for the magazine. And this way I do the final editing on that and get it ready to roll for the 1st. And everything is welcome. Stories, experiences, advice on on anything. Anything.
Bada bing, bada boom. You name it.
just throw it at me. Send it to the email and which is rawparanormal8@gmail. Send it there. I'll get it and add it to the mag. Anything about new equipment stuff people have been developing or working on, advice about equipment, electrical stuff Friday. If you want to toss some stuff at me, go ahead. Because that's another thing. A lot of people don't understand. We should be interested in frequencies and infrasound and all of these things and a lot of people don't know what all this stuff is. So when you're talking about it during a program or on an investigation, people are like, well, what the hell is that? So I like to put that stuff in there so that the next time it's mentioned during an investigation or a show, they could go, oh, okay, now I understand what they're talking about. Same thing like with equipment. You don't know how it works. I always try to put in a thing on equipment and how it's supposedly supposed to work and benefit your investigating needs. And it's all actually just all comes down to personal opinion. But it's still that this way people know how it's made, what it's supposed to do, and how it works. See, I'm working on an article, but it probably be late for November. I doubt it. I can finish it tonight. It's okay. You got time. Send it in. Hi, Mrs. Death Switch. How are you? I have a few articles more thought experiments than actual information. That's fine. Send it in. Yeah. Because I love it when people experiment. That's why I always tell everybody, you might not like equipment because I don't use equipment. I can't afford to buy the equipment. I don't know how to make the equipment. If my dad was still up to par, because my father has degrees in electronics, I would say, Dad, this is what I'm looking for, and he would make it for me. But he can't do that anymore. So I always tell everybody, get what you get, experiment with it, take it apart like Kenny does, do what you got to do, try to figure it out, and then give your your opinion, your review, and people are very interested in that stuff. Have you ever seen where they can scan to speaker surface and then play different frequencies and it makes these really cool patterns? YouTube video on it. No, I didn't see that. Oh, she said sand, not scan. Where they could scan a sand surface and play different frequencies. Yes, and now you're talking about sand. Yes, I have seen that. That is pretty cool. I have to run. A lady called me and invited me out for lunch. Ooh, nice. Enjoy your lunch date. Enjoy your lunch date. My lunch dates usually it's usually McDonald's or Tony's Pizza. I'm a cheap date. Never buy a wrench in hopes of finding the exact bolt falling in your lap. If only you buy equipment for the task that it needs it. Yeah, see, I don't buy any of it. I just get everybody else's opinions. I just stuff is outrageous. So this, I really wish, that, my father could still see and work, because, arthritis and stuff screws up. Because, if you needed something, my father always made it, and he's got all the stuff to do all of that. And like, if I told him, I say, hey, Dad, I need this, REM pod. This is what it is. I'd give him the specs. He'd look at, oh yeah, okay. And he'd have it to me, within a few days. But he just doesn't have I said the eyesight and the ability to do all that stuff anymore, all that technical stuff. That's why I would say when he passes away, I'm screwed, Bill, because my father has stuff in the basement from when, to repair old televisions and radios. And when he worked for a place called Univac, they used to make motherboards for computers for like the government and all that. He's got all of these diodes and all this crap down cellar.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, drawers of this stuff. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do with this stuff?
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to have to just put it online, and any person that is a electronics nerd will be in heaven.
Yeah, my father used to have that, like all those like capacitors and all stuff like that too. And he threw it all out.
Oh, my father's got it all. So if you're, and the stuff is like, it's brand new. He still has tubes for televisions that are brand new in the box.
Oh wow.
So for old radios, he's got all this stuff, and I'm thinking, oh my god. But it's electronics, nerds heaven. Because he's like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I said, well, Daniel, not for nothing. I guarantee if I put it online, people will just eat it right up.
The tubes, maybe. I don't know.
Well, if you're into making that kind of thing and you need it, he's got it.
I know,
Like that
like
one time you were looking for an old rotary phone, and I kept forgetting about it. So I'm sure I still got an old rotary. He's got one down cellar. Things that cost huge amounts, like dead bells and DR60s or something along the lines. Useless anyway. Yeah, pretty much. I always tell everybody, if you're going to do the bell thing, just buy a regular front desk bell. It costs you $5. If anybody's going to ring it, they'll ring it. It doesn't need to have electronics connected to it. Let's see. Canadian says, I'd like to take part in this event we're having every Halloween week. The company called The Haunted Walk. They do like walkthroughs and look for ghosts or paranormal activity known in the places that hold. Oh, that's cool. You should go.
we'll see. Looks like so he's got a continuation there, Laura.
Yeah. Ghost, and they also do an investigation on the CN Tower. I'm actually going to that this week. That's my extent of involvement. That's fine. No, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I'd so do it. You go, oh, they do some cool tech stuff. Yeah, the tech stuff is neat. But yeah, it's, if you can make it. I mean, if it's your money, you want to buy them. But yeah, the DR60 isn't like thousands of dollars. No freaking way. And that's been debunked huge time. Let's also try frequency counters, spectrometers. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, doing that kind of thing. A Friday house. It would be so nice to have a go kit. Unfortunately, we don't have any one thing yet. They can go ghost or portal or time shift and so on. You see, it's because we don't know what we're looking for, to be honest. We're all going on the assumption of energy. Because I know that's what I believe, that when we pass on from the human form, we turn into pure energy. So I think and everybody is following that route, that you're trying to pick up the energy. I'm going to get rich. I'm going to sell that house. My house, the most haunted place in the country, is full of demons and old dead people in auction. Yeah, I know. Well, this is, I was talking with somebody this morning. I said, you know what? I could fake stuff just like all the other ones, because the channel's growing. It's growing slow, but if I wanted to speed it up and pull the wool over everybody's eyes, it actually is pretty easy. It really is. But that's not who I am. That's not the route I want to go down. I mean, because I'm looking for real answers. So why would I shovel a pile of shit towards my audience? You know what I mean? But I know why they do it, because it's quick money, quick views, and the channel grows quick. But that's not why I got into this. The thing I have the biggest problem with is for investigations are phone apps. Yeah. Yeah. Because, word banks, they could come up with anything. I played with them. It comes out with some interesting crap. It's funny. It's good to play around with. But yeah, I wouldn't base any of my data on anything that a phone app had to say.
Boy, I couldn't agree with Mrs. Death Switch in the highest there about that.
Yeah, it comes up with anything. Freddie says, the common ghost hunting tools don't answer questions, real scientific information. It's possible of natural occurrences. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I think that's why I love Lisa and Wes from APRF. That's the road they're going down. They've got equipment that tests the environment that they're in, again, frequencies and all of this stuff. That's the road they're going down when they do their investigations, and I think it's the right way to go. Anything that can be programmed to fool you. Yes.
Let me ask you a question, Laura.
Sure.
These people who you know, um, I think there's a barrier in between people like you and then people like these.
Entertainers.
You know what? Never mind. I was just gonna ask you. You just summed it up. It's that was a great one word you just used. I was gonna say, so what do you think it is between someone like you and then somebody like Carla just did a video
Right.
with those, I don't even, so I'm not into, really. I used to watch this stuff, but now it's just garbage,
Yeah, well,
not Carla's video. I'm talking about the people that do this stuff.
right. They're entertainers.
Laura,
That's the
yeah,
bottom line.
yeah,
It's entertainment.
you're so right. And so do you think it's like um they have an interest, they love this stuff, but then they're like, let me make this YouTube show where I'm also this actor
Yeah.
and having fun with it.
Yeah. See, Friday houses entertainers or deceptive creators. Yeah. It's because
Yeah,
we're here for the science of it and to get answers to our own experiences.
right.
They might have had something happen to them at one point in their life, but then they realized, hey, if I do this to make, because paranormal investigations are boring as shit. I'm telling you.
Exactly. And
You're
Jeff,
there.
yeah,
Yeah, you're there for hours and nothing can happen.
yeah,
That's why I have a big problem with people paying big money to go to these famous places, because you're spending thousands of dollars and you take all of this information, video, audio, whatever. Get home, you review it, and you have zero.
Canadian. He
So
dresses opposite.
you just pissed off thousands of dollars. You've got nothing.
Right.
So I always encourage people, go through your hometown, find local haunts, folklore, all of that. Investigate that stuff. It's free.
Hmm.
And you can collect data off of those free spots just like any other place. And see, this is what it is when the entertainers, when they catch on, oh, if I do this and I run down the hall, demons and this and that, and it gets the attention, that's what gets the clicks, the views, and brings in the revenue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to bring in some revenue too, because that's what helps keep my show going. I mean, without that help, I would probably be shut down by now. But that's not while I'm doing it. I'm doing it to educate myself and the people who watch me.
Right.
So, see, I absolutely agree. Stuff people that 100% do not believe will find anything, no matter how good your evidence is, to disprove your findings. Yeah, see, it's the truth. There are people out there going, no, it's not true. It's not true. Because I've been through that with other people in discussions. Yes, we need the debunkers, because I call them the paranormal police. They're going to call out the fraudulent investigators, which is great. They're pointing out what is being done, how they do it, so that we are aware. I do believe sometimes that they do debunk people out of true evidence. It can happen because they can't exactly explain how it's done, but they're calling it false.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't do that, because if you're not 100% sure, then you just have to say, I don't know. Same thing like when I go out somewhere and I collect something, and, like the last one where I felt the touch on my hand, I do not call that paranormal. I call it unknown, because I was looking right at it. I didn't film a ghost coming up shaking my hand. Unless you have that there, you cannot come right out and say that, because there's no proof. I've just had my personal experience and I shared it with everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like, and with that, anything else, like I said, I would love to be able to catch the orb on Star Hill. There would be proof that something goes on there. What it is not 100% positive. I know it's not ball lightning for sure, but
Right.
that's another thing that we would have to see. That's the whole thing with this field. It's constant question, because when you think you got the answer to one thing, then there's 30 more questions after that. It's, so it's just a vicious cycle, I guess. At this point in history and science, experience is not quantifiable. People who believe, no matter what the evidence, or don't believe despite the same evidence, are closed minded. Yeah. And I'm not here to prove anything to them. I just want the real answers like everyone else. Exactly, Friday. And see, and what you bring to the community is the electronic scientific aspect of it.
Yeah.
Because everybody doesn't understand how energy works, how frequencies work, how sound works. So, and a lot of people aren't going to look this stuff up. I mean, I don't look it up 100% either. But when I have questions, then I dig into it because I want to understand what I've experienced and what it could be. And that's why I like to share it, like I said, on the lives, on the programs, and with other creators. And then we have that back and forth and everybody's opinion. Excuse me. And then you get the opinions and experiences and knowledge from the people in chat. Because Pam, okay, Pam's an artist. Pam does this, but how do we know she doesn't have a degree in electronics sciences or something?
Yeah.
Bill does cars and plays guitar, but how do we know? We don't know what Bill's educational background is. I mean, I do, but
Right. Yeah.
but the community doesn't know. So if you've got this information, it's important to share it with everybody so that they can learn. That was the whole point of my program: education, learning. Being teaching and learning at the same time. Hey, Jake, how's it going?
I want to read what Canadian Vasily said here. He said, "My CN tower. I don't know if that's Canadian National Tower. I'm not sure what that is. But
Investigation mentioned.
he says,
Okay.
investigation that I mentioned is only $100 per person. I don't know anything about the topic, so I am glad to pay the money to go and learn first and foremost. Last year there was absolutely nothing that happened, and that's probably what happens usually anyway, which is boring, but I enjoy to learn about it." Yeah, exactly.
Right, exactly. But you never know. There could be at one time
Yep.
that you're there and somebody gooses your seat,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
it's not the lady behind you. So yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Uh, get in a minute. Got a meeting. Okay, Sage. In order to understand it, the first step is to properly define everything that makes everything clear. It's like having a proper set of glasses to see with. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Jamie.
That's why I think it's great that Friday gets out there. He explains things, and people are learning from this. So then you understand more about what people go through during an investigation, what to expect from whatever equipment they do use, even just like IR cameras and all of this. People don't. What the hell is that? How does it work? Why would they use it? These are the questions people ask.
Don't Laura, don't you hope that people say like, Friday will come in and he'll explain this stuff, and I hope that they're learning because there's a lot of people that hey Steph, they'll like read sort of like what Friday says. Well, like not even just what Friday says, but there's a lot of people that like say for you, like you had the thing that with your hand that
Right,
happened,
right.
and they'll just go, yeah, that was a ghost, man.
Exactly. No
And
proof.
yeah, and like there's a lot of people that are like or they'll like get that necronomic, what is that app on the
Oh, crap! Because I still have it on mine. I played with that one.
and they'll like view that
Oh my
thing
god, I
as
forgot what it's
like
called.
as absolute proof,
Oh
and
yeah, and it's not. It's
it'll go
not.
like demon, and it'll be
Yeah.
like, oh, there's a demon in the room.
Oh
And
god. Oh god.
and those people drive me absolutely nuts, and I'll watch some of these I'll watch a lot of underground channels where they're like they have like, I don't know, maybe 10 subscribers or something, and they're using this app, or like, and like there's a lot of channels that I'll watch that nobody in our community knows about.
Right.
Actually, I'm gonna have to turn you on to these two, Laura. We're gonna have to like watch them and
And
do
pick
it.
them apart.
Yes, dude, you gotta watch. They're absolutely hilarious. Anyway, there are these two girls out of California. They're like a coven, and they do this, and they're like laughing. Now they're supposedly like they're in a demonic room and stuff, and like it'll like come up with these things, and like they get touched and like pushed and everything, and then they laugh. And I'm thinking, now if this was true and it was real and they thought it was real,
Oh, I wouldn't be laughing.
no, exactly. I'm thinking, wait, you just got pushed and touched and like scratched
Right.
and you're
Good night,
giggling.
Pinky. Thanks,
So
Pinky,
it's
for hanging with us.
what happened?
No, and it's normal. If it happens to anybody, usually your first is a scare response.
Right. And if it's
So you're
not
like,
your,
oh shit, what was that? That's a scare response.
and
But
you would
then
be
you're like,
also a little bit like, you would be like taking this serious.
mhm,
But these two are like laughing and like
laughing.
stuff, and
Yeah.
it's like pretty obvious you don't think, and it's pretty obvious that you're, again, Laura, what was the word you used? Entertainers.
Entertainers. And
Yeah.
also, I know some people, certain people react that way when they're nervous
Not
or they
not
laugh when they're nervous.
well, yeah, but not when there's a supposed demon
But
scratching
yeah,
you.
if there's a demon and it's scratching you up, I mean, I'm sorry, I wouldn't. And I've gone out and investigated. I would hang around.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're getting physically harmed and it's violent, you need to get out,
Yeah,
and then
it's
hope it
crazy.
doesn't follow you home.
Right.
Because that happened to a cousin of mine who was big into the paranormal field. He was actually one of the first guests that I had on my program when I first started. They don't do it anymore because he did have something follow him home, and it affected him greatly, and it was starting to affect his children.
Yeah.
And hi, Roger. Hi, how's it going? And to be honest, guys, and he wasn't a very religious person. And then one day when he was at his end, he was in the shower and he says, I just knelt my head and I said, God, please, I need help. I don't know what to do. And he felt like a weight lift off of his chest. And he said the very morning that he did that, he went down to the local church and became baptized, and they haven't been bothered by it since. So that's why I always tell everybody, be careful, protect yourself. If you believe in prayer, you believe in God, take him with you when you go. Because there is stuff out there that's just nasty. And I'm not saying demons, it's just a nasty, evil spirit that will attach itself. And it does cause physical harm to some people.
Yeah, you plead the blood of Jesus too.
Or mental harm. That happened to my own niece. The house that they lived in was a haunted house. Nobody would go near that house. And of course, when my sister-in-law bought it, she didn't know anything about it. She had a team go in there. And the stuff apparently that was found on video was very disturbing. And my niece fell into a deep depression. She ended up in an institution for a little while. And as soon as they moved out of that house, she was better. So whatever it was attacking her mentally. So, you can't say that it doesn't happen. It does. Whether people want to believe it or not, it's up their choice.
I found the one I was talking about, Laura.
Oh, all right.
So I'll have to send it to you.
Again, another example, Joe Vitale. He doesn't talk about it, but he had, an episode with something that was dark. And it was awful. And, he's the same thing, would not wish that on anybody. So when you joke around with that, it's not funny. It's serious.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Again, it's the same thing. If you don't, guys, you don't believe in the Bible, that's fine. Everybody has their own beliefs. But even says in there, do not speak with the dead. Do not try to communicate with the dead, because it's not what you think it is. And of course, Catholics usually tend towards the darker side, but and I can say that because I was raised Catholic, so I know. But
So was I.
yeah, you have to you have to be very careful when you do this kind of stuff.
Hey, Roger, Wayne's in here too. I missed him.
Yes, Sir Wayne is here.
Oh, why? I didn't see him.
Very nice words, well spoken. Thank you, sir. I take a bow. I thank you. If you look at it, this reality and the light, it could be a simulation of some kind. It all falls together. It would be amusing, but short. I think anyone all the way, one way, is just going to say you're wrong. See, that's another thing. I everybody is a little bit of a skeptic. at something or some point in their life. And like Kenny, I love Kenny. I love the way he thinks. I love the way he finds out stuff. But I don't believe that he is open enough to actually have an experience, because he will find a way to disprove it, because that's what he does. So I think if something actually did happen to him, he would do his damnedest to figure out a way to disprove it. Because most of us here have had experiences, and there's no explanation other than paranormal. It's like what happened with you, Bill. There had to have been something.
Which one?
The one with where the dish comes flying off the refrigerator. Who did that?
Well, I did that, but
I mean,
with it talking to me when I
yeah.
was
I
a
mean,
little kid, yeah.
so and I don't know. It's everybody has their experiences, and we all have to be respectful of them. And that's why we're here. We're here to explain it. People try to explain this existence with was aliens okay? Where did they start? No, this place had to start and an ending. So whatever, allow it. Has no start or ending. Is so it seems to me. It's infinite. There is no. It's just there might be an end for the human race, but as far as the universe and all that's in it and all the universes, I think it's there is no end.
Mm.
Still alive, and how are you, sir?
Hey, Wayne, good to see you. Pomp, good to
Yes.
see you.
So that's it's and it all stems on what you believe and what you don't believe, and if you're open to accept that experience. That's just the bottom line. Because there have been people out there that have been skeptics, and then when they get slapped in the face with something, they're like, "Oh crap, maybe there is something to this." You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
until you actually experience your own paranormal experience, it's really hard to swallow. I know it is. And that's why we do what we do and try to, I believe we're all here to help each other explain our experiences and figure out what the hell is going on. And yeah, maybe we're not allowed to know until we make it to that next plane. So we could just, chasing shadows. But someday somebody's going to come up with something and catch it. And then that's going to be, oh God, that'll be something. And there's so many, avenues that we could go down with all of it. Like this is the beginning of existence and how we got here, how things began and all of that. Everybody has their own theory. It just depends on which one you want to hold on to. Two things that are never said, be discussed: politics and religion. Yeah, that's true. People hold that close. And when it's challenged, then people get defensive. It's a natural thing unless you challenge yourself. Yes, Friday. And I have experienced that because I did have a group on Facebook that I wanted to openly talk about religion and religious beliefs. And man, I got a woman on there. She was so pissed at me. I said, okay, yeah, this is not a good idea. Because people cannot have just a grown-up conversation and respect other people's opinions and views. They just get a bunch in their shorts and that's it. So yeah, you just got to stay away from it. I have wondered if pareidolia is a form of communication. Good question. That is a good question. Because my husband experienced something like that when he was younger. He was wide awake in his room, just hanging out like a teenager, laying on the bed. And he says the room grew dark and he couldn't move. And then a ray of light just appeared from the ceiling. And then he saw a vision of Jesus. And Jesus was speaking to him in a foreign tongue. And the whole time that this was going on, my husband, all he could do was stare at him and watch him. And then when it ended, the room lit back up and he was able to move. So, of course, he went to Catholic school. So he went to school and spoke to a priest about it. And the first thing out of the priest's mouth was the devil. Now, how do you know that? How did he know that? And like I said, was it pareidolia? Even though he was awake, I don't know. Just like the story that I read the other day, uh, that belongs to one of our viewers. She wanted me to read it. You guys listened to it and gave your opinions. Where she was attacked in the farmhouse, and this thing was on her chest holding her down. What the hell was that? She saw it. She felt it. It left marks on her body. And it thrived off of her fear. And then when she called out and said, listen, you are not allowed here, and all in the name of what is holy and good, you're leaving. And you get out of here and you're not allowed to come here again. The thing jumped through a closed window. So, and she's seen this. So how do you explain that? There's just things that we can't find the answers to. Jesus speaking in tongues. Yeah, that's because he said he couldn't understand what he was saying, but he was there, and his hands were held out to him and he was talking to him and then just disappeared. And the room lit back up because it was daytime. So yeah, Jesus would talk in different languages because of where he would have lived. So it makes sense. Yeah. Yep. Now, most of they say if speaking in tongues, because that was the debate I had with that woman that got me in trouble. The stuff that you see on TV where they're showing these rally church places where they're speaking in tongues, I go, that's not speaking in tongues. That's speaking gibberish. I'm sorry. Speaking in tongues is speaking in a different language, usually Old Aramaic. That's what they're referring to, and that's how I read it, and that's how I take it. When you've got somebody jumping around stage going, blah, 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 I'm sorry, that's not speaking in tongues. It's gibberish, and I find it ridiculous. But that's my opinion. So don't only get pissed off. I see things in shapes all the time. That may just mean I have good imagination. But what if it doesn't? Yeah. You might have the ability to see things that other people don't. The real question I have is this: what if what we call paranormal is just something normal that we can't understand? Exactly. Well, that's what I said. Anything. I paranormal is such a wide term because I believe it includes, spectral beings, cryptids, all of that stuff, alien occurrences. Paranormal is just telling you that it's unknown, it's unknown, and all of that falls into that category. So, like when we were joking around that, Bigfoot snatched Bill that night when he was walking through his property at night. And the internet crapped out as, Bigfoot snatched him. Well, how do we know that he don't have Bigfoot stomping around over in his yard? Bigfoot covers a lot of ground. Let's see. Friday House, what kind of witchcraft would my phone be even 100 years ago? Oh, geez. I know, really. Land would have been a prominent in the time of Jesus. So to us, modern folk, it sounds like tongues. Yes. Well, the claim is that, yeah, it's mostly if true people that are receiving the gift of speaking in tongues, it would be an old Aramaic language. So which was spoken by Jesus. So we would know what it was. Scholars know what it is who studied that, but not us. I would say they would call it a black mirror, a Sears tool. Yeah, pretty much. Could you imagine that going back in time with the gadgets we have? We'd all be hung. Yeah, Bill cranking up the welder. Oh, he's a demon. He's a wizard. He's calling fire. So did we lose Bill? Did he fall asleep?
No, I went and got coffee actually.
I went and got coffee. See how he is? My coffee's gone. So I mean, these are the things, the questions that we ask, and it's even just everyday life. You just don't know. You hear things, you see things, and you're thinking like, "What the hell was that?" And usually, when I catch something out of the corner of my eye, I'm like, whatever." Until it actually jumps in front of me and goes booga booga booga, then say yes, we have no idea what we don't know. Yeah. So, and that's what we're doing. What we're doing. We're trying to pick it apart, and we're trying, you know, all avenues, scientific, religious, whatever, trying to figure it all out. And not for that, and my beliefs, I believe in God. I believe that He exists, and that's why we exist. And whenever I go to any of these places, He is with me. He's my protection. And that's, I do what I do before I start, and I know that I'm covered and nothing's coming home with me. So, coffee sounds good. That's late in the day for me. It's lunchtime. Have you been known under another name? I feel I know you, but I only met you yesterday. Wasn't it in J Carts? Yes, J Carts is keeping up on the Conjuring story. So I don't know, guys. Just anybody, any questions or anything for me or Bill or anything else you want to quick chat about before I say my goodbyes for the day? We don't know how much we don't know. The only thing we do know is that we don't know. Yeah, I know. I know. That's right. We don't know it all. And that is the truth. We don't know it all. We barely know anything. That's pretty much how it should be. We barely know anything. We think we're so smart, but yeah. If you want to go on an alien level, we're still in our infancy as far as that goes. And people got to realize that, because I love it when we this technology and we've got this. Yeah, but there's other civilizations somewhere out there in the universe that's old school. Like Men in Black. Like, oh, we got, so and so that on this planet they invented Velcro and we traded them, microwaves and it's just still infancy as far as which I'm blown away with. I've seen some of the stuff where they're working on where you have like the glass table and the computer is in the table and it's all touch, and then you pull it up on in front of you. That kind of technology was just freaking awesome. And of course, that's the Asian market is the ones that are pushing that stuff, or like with the robotic dolls, the lifelike doll. Oh, those are so creepy. Bill, question from Wayne. Bill, would you like to create the Stephen King's car, Christine?
Although I think that's the Plymouth Fury is an awesome car. I think it's a 57.
My dad had one of those.
No, to be honest with you, I've always wanted to create the 1982 Porsche Carrera 924 GTS clone. That's what I've always wanted to create. 924 Turbo Carrera GTS. That they only made 250 of those, 250 to 300 of those cars. I actually have the makings for one of those, but I don't think I'll get a chance to make it. But that's a great question, Wayne. Although I do think that it's a really neat car. But if I was to make a clone, it would be the Porsche 924 Carrera GT or GTS.
And that's definitely something you would need a whole separate garage for that.
Yeah, I mean, I could do it. It's just I don't think in my lifetime now I'll be able to unless I get like 1 million subscribers, and then I'll be able to get like a warehouse and then have like people working for me and stuff.
That's
and
what I'm
be
saying. Yeah, you need a whole new production just to pull that
yeah,
off.
absolutely, Laura. Yeah, yep, exactly.
Steph wants to create the Black Smoky and the Bandit Trans Am. Love it. Aha.
Yes, I would love that. And actually, Steph, look up a company called Year One. They make a new version of the same car. They take the old body, but they make a new version of the car. It's all the old chassis and everything, but they put like air conditioning and new powertrain, it's a phenomenal car and it's about 500 to $600,000 of the new of the Bandit Trans Am. It's so beautiful. I would love that car.
Uh-huh. Bill just had a moment there.
Oh, I did.
I heard it in his voice. It was
I
so
That's another
beautiful.
car. Yeah, I would love a Bandit Trans Am, the 1977. That's the Bandit Trans Am.
Bill, or yeah, Bill. Wayne asks another question. Bill, would you like to create any movie car?
Yeah. Knight Rider.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yep.
That would be
Kit.
cool.
I'd love to recreate Kit. You can buy the whole kit, no pun intended. The interior, which would be like the dashboard, the electronics, the nose cone, the rear end for about $6,000, minus the car. You'd have to buy the car, but for about $6,000, and the
Uh,
steering wheel and everything for about $6,000. I think that would be more of a reality than anything that I'm talking about right now. The kit car,
cool.
Knight Rider.
Friday says, or is it that we really do know things? Then the simulator updates and changes reality around us. Thunder booms, orchestra hit. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Friday, we don't know. Like I said, there's so many rabbit holes to go down, so many questions, and it'll just be continued. Bill, one of my girlfriends had one when we were in high school. It was so much fun. The guys loved it.
Um, uh, so the we should probably talk about the
Trans Am.
Bandit Trans Am. Oh
Yeah.
man, so cool.
My uncle had one. His was gold.
Yeah, love the gold one. I had a friend that had a white one, and his was a 77 also, which is the front end you want, and it was white with the gold chicken hawk on it, and it had the 6 liter in it, which is the 400 big block Pontiac. And the kid down the road from me, it was a kid down the road, he owned it, and I remember he was selling it for $500.
Oh wow.
This was back in like say 1990. And
Wow.
I remember I told my dad, I was like, Dad, he's selling it for $500. And my dad was like, I don't want that car. So then, like, probably this was like maybe like 10 years ago, I told my dad, and I was like, remember Billy was selling, his name was Bill. Ended up selling that car. I was like, really? Oh, he did? He sold that? I was like, yeah, he sold it for $500. Why didn't you tell me? I go, Dad, I did tell you.
Jesus.
And you didn't want it. He's like, oh, I would have bought it.
Oh, now he says it. Now
Yeah,
that
I
it's
know.
gone.
Now he says it.
I was said, thanks a lot. I know
Yeah.
Michael ended up selling his, but I don't know what for. And I'm sure he's probably sorry that he did now. But
Yeah, we're all sorry about something. So the reason why he was selling it for so cheap, because he got a DWI. Back then they called them DWIs, now
right.
they call them DUIs and stuff. So yeah, he had to like sell it, needed money.
Yeah,
So
I have no idea why my uncle sold his. He had it for the longest time. And actually, it was a gift because our great uncle gifted it to him as part of his inheritance. And he had it for a long while because he was a young kid when he got it.
wow.
And he had it for a while. And then I don't remember the reason why he sold it. Because it's funny because he owns his own garage and stuff now. And he, builds his own vehicles and stuff now. So it's
Right. Wayne says, I'd like to create the car from the movie The Wraith. Yes, Wayne.
Oh, the Interceptor.
That's the Chrysler. Yes. MR, what is that? The real name of it. But I think it was an original design made for the movie. It wasn't made for the movie, actually. I think it was a Toyota. No, it was a Chrysler.
Yeah, it was a Chrysler.
But it looked like a Lambo.
Wasn't it called the Interceptor?
Yeah, it was called an Interceptor for the movie.
Movie. Okay.
Yeah, it was actually a Chrysler, and it had a Dodge Omni engine in it, turbocharged, which they actually put in like the Daytonas, like the Daytona Turbo Zs.
Okay.
If you go to Jay Leno's garage, they also did a show on that car. It still is in existence. They made 4 of them. There's a company that is bought the bucks for those for the fiberglass. So there's a company that you can. I think they're out of Canada that is making those. So people are starting to
Oh.
make those cars, replicas of them. From what I heard, it's a terrible driving car. It drives horribly, but the undercarriage was the Dodge Daytona Turbo Z.
Huh.
So, yep, I love that car, dude. I love that movie.
I do
Awesome.
too. Awesome
Yep.
movie. Hey, Dragon Ranger.
Dragon
Good
Ranger, how are you?
morning.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good morning, sir. Bigfoot wasn't at Bill's because I'm here. Oh,
Let's see.
Somebody in my neighborhood has a red classic VW Bug. They put a big silver twist key on the back, and it turns when it drives. Oh my God, that's
Hey, we were just talking about that. Remember?
Yeah,
Laura?
we were. I wanted to put one on those little cars
Yeah.
because I think they would be hilarious.
See, now we're talking cars. Now I'm starting to wake up.
Yeah, see, we put them to sleep with the other stuff.
Right.
Let's see. Wayne, that was one off, built on a spec frame chassis. It was a concept for an Indy pace car. Oh, is he talking about the
Wraith?
The Wraith car. That was that movie was incredible, and that car was awesome. Actually, yeah, we knew somebody that had a classic Beetle Bug in the van. What the hell was his name, Bill?
Tony.
Tony, yeah.
Yeah,
and they were in pristine condition.
They were and they weren't, but he had a couple bugs and he had a van.
Yeah,
and
pretty cool.
He had the older ones too, like the precursor, like to the Super Beetles, which is the ones you want, like the 60s.
Because I knew he had the van. He had it set up for camping.
Yep. He had the Vanagons.
Yeah, it was really cool. He said, "Oh, I loved it because I just drive up, park it, and open the doors." I said, "That's the way to go."
Yep. Whatever happened to that dude?
I have no idea.
Heck of a guitar player, man. He was
I
really
know
good
that he left the lab, and because I ended up doing Angelo took over for him. But I have no idea what happened to him.
Yeah, did he leave on his own or did they fire him? What happened?
I have no idea.
So
they didn't fill me in on anything. Yeah, he was just gone. Just like when I come to work and you were gone. I'm thinking, what the hell? Yeah. Actually, no. What happened was that I didn't go to work. Oh, what the hell is his name there? Oh my God. Oh shit. I can't remember his name now. Oh my God, isn't that terrible? That's it. I'm shocked, guys. No, not Aaron. Not Mike, the other one. Russell. Holy shit, I can't believe it. Russell showed up at my house and gave me a key. I'm like, what are you doing? What is this? He goes, well, we changed the locks. He goes, we had to let Bill go. And I'm like, and I was like, what? Oh, yeah. So we have new locks on the lab. I go, okay. All right. Yeah, I was totally floored.
Yeah.
Totally floored by that. I'm thinking, what did they? Actually, my thoughts were, excuse the language, are they fucking stupid?
Yeah.
As brilliant as you were as a ceramicist, and then they let you go. Okay. Didn't understand that one at all, but I wasn't the boss.
It's probably all money orientated.
Probably. Well, just like Aaron told me a lot of times, Russell wanted to fire me, and Mike wouldn't let him. I'm thinking, why? What the hell did I do? I'm doing my job.
Evil Russell.
Yeah, it was all about money with Russ. The more money he could put in his pocket, the better. So
Yeah.
like one time when he was screwing around, he lowered Aaron's rate of pay.
Russell
And
did?
yes, he did. And
Wow.
Aaron went right after him. He goes, "What you did is illegal. You can't do that." He goes, "And if I don't get the rest of my paycheck, I'm taking it out of your ass."
Wow.
Yeah, he tried to pull that. And Aaron goes, "No, no, no, you can't do that." And which is he's right. That's illegal. Oh,
Jeez.
yeah, that's Russell, grubby little bastard. How can an entire universe exist without out of nothing if there's isn't something divine? Right. It just doesn't show up one day for no reason. That's the way I look at it. I got to get these dogs groomed. I'll take care. Oh, thanks for hanging out with us, Tina. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Tina, I hope all is well with you and the hubby.
Aha. And Sean is still there lurking. Wonderful.
And
But it
your
is,
sister too, by the way.
it's, say that again.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, and her sister too.
Oh.
I hope all is well with her sister.
So we had, I really liked the thing. It was really nice, medium blue metallic. I never was a fan of station wagons.
Oh, wagons are awesome, man.
And I never liked El Caminos either.
I was never really a huge fan of El Caminos either.
I think El Camino, all I could think of is porno pervert car.
What?
It's how it comes off to me when I see an El Camino. Maybe because there was a guy I knew that owned one and he was a real dirtbag. So I just associate that. I was just like, we just seen one the other day, George and I. And he goes, look at that El Camino. I go, yeah, old porno pervert car. So yeah, not a big turn on with those. So I approve the collectible love, but I don't control it. I wish it was something that was useful for me. I would go prove it and collect the moolah, but I don't control it. That's the thing. We all have talents. We all wish we could make a living off of them. Some people are lucky in that way. The rest of us just got to do what we got to do. So, I don't know. Like Bill would be a famous, foot model.
That's true. Yeah.
And, but his wife won't let him do it,
With the high arches.
Yeah. She's the boss. She said no. So
Yeah.
figured we had a gold for Bill, a little motor oil and a
Yeah.
and a naked foot. Woo! Oh my God. But guys, we've hit the 3-hour mark. Could you believe it? It just flies right by.
Yeah.
So it just means good people, good conversation. And I really appreciate Bill coming and hanging out.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it too.
It's always a good time when you come on. And I want to thank everybody, all of my brew crew. I love you guys so much. And I look forward to seeing you guys. Let's see. Your next crew is Sunday. And I don't know if anything's going on with anybody else this weekend. If it is, make sure you guys go check it all out. Please like and subscribe and, and the bells and the whistles and all of that fun stuff. And you guys are the best. And we'll see you all soon.